It'll be 1 to go this time by. Coming to the green, buddy, coming to the green. Let's go get him. Go, 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 go!
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
Ready? Kasey Khane has joined us. Kasey, what's your outlook this weekend?
Man, it's you know, I enjoy Chicagoland, enjoy being here, and coming off Daytona, we had a good run again. We were, I felt like we were one of the stronger cars throughout the entire night, and think we can run really well this weekend here. The night race is going to be a lot of fun. It should be a little bit different than what it's been in the past, and we haven't ran that well here in a Cup car, and I think that it's just one of those tracks. For some reason we haven't, but it's also one of them tracks that I've always enjoyed racing at and coming to. And the more, when you haven't run good somewhere, at some point it's going to change because it's a track that we like. So I think this weekend could be one of those weekends where, we qualify well, hopefully, and have a great race Saturday night.
Questions for Kasey? A reminder, state your name and affiliations, courtesy. Thank you. Go ahead, Bob.
Bob Margolis, Yahoo Sports. Kasey, how difficult has it been? You guys had success at Lowe's, but how difficult a year has this been for you and Kenny getting your arms around this car? Because this car has such a really small, sweet spot, and it seems every week you think you have it figured out, and then you don't. So how difficult has that been?
It's tough, but we came a long ways from where we were last year, and even at the start of this year, we ran good, but not as good as I think where we're at now. And New Hampshire, we had an awesome car early in the race, and then kind of lost it as the race went on with adjustments. And so yeah, it seems like a very easy car to lose grip with, make the wrong adjustment. But at the same time, we've came a long ways, and I feel like we've done a lot of good things in the past 2-3 months to kind of get our cars better to where the adjustments aren't so fine tuning. You can't throw yourself off so easily, and hopefully it just keeps getting better and better. Yeah, no, I know we're progressing. I know as a team, as a company, all the cars are better, and the things that we're doing to the race cars are much different than what we did 4 months ago. So I think as a company we're definitely progressing, and have really learned a lot about the COT car and how to make it turn and still be in the racetrack. That was our biggest problem, and I feel like we're really close to being more competitive than what we already are.
Other questions? Go ahead, Jerry.
Kasey, I know he wasn't part of your generation, but this is the 50th anniversary of Richard Petty's first NASCAR race. Can you kind of talk about, from a young guy's perspective, what Petty's meant to you?
Yeah, I grew up watching NASCAR racing, and I knew Richard Petty, as a driver on TV, and I knew how good he was and what he had done in the sport. And my parents, their first Daytona 500 that they went to was not one of his better days, but it was the one where he flipped down the fence, right? It was my mom and dad, they had to split up at the track because they didn't have the right, their tickets weren't together. I don't know, they couldn't get them or something, but so it was right in front of my mom, and she told me that story for a long time, just how crazy it was. It was right in front of her. So just things like that. I know what Richard's, what an awesome race car driver. No, I don't know what I'm on now, but it's 5. I have a long ways to go, and I don't see myself getting even close to that.
Dave, go ahead.
Dave Burns, ESPN. Kasey, you're in 8th right now in the championship. Moving on closer and closer to Richmond, what's the pressure like right now for you in that position? And if you could also address your thoughts on Tony's ownership role that we've been talking about today.
Yeah, I think I look at it and go, man, I don't really feel the pressure yet. I remember 2006, we were fighting for that 12th spot, or 10th spot at the time, and there was a ton of pressure those last 3 races. But right now I don't feel it. I feel like we're one of the top 6 or 7 cars in that top 12, and I feel that way about our team and about our cars right now. And I think that we're sitting perfect spot 8th. It's really close back to 13th, but at the same time, it's I think we're one of the better cars there, and can definitely have ourselves in a great position when the chase starts. Is my outlook right now. And as far as Tony, that's it's a pretty big day for him. It sounds like I watched his press conference, and I think we all knew it was coming, but it's a big day for him to have part ownership and to do some things that he wanted to do. I think that's why he made the change. He's leaving a great team and a great company, and there has to be a lot there that Tony sees, a lot of good things that he sees, because he's not going to settle running 15th or 25th. So he must see a lot of good things there to run well, and he's going to have some ownership and some say in some of the things that they do there. And I respect his decision and think that it could be really good for him. I think he's probably pretty excited about it.
Other questions for Kasey? Anyone? One back there in the back. Brad has one.
Kasey, Brad Gilley with PRN. Can you talk about your team's performance now this year? I mean, we saw you really spike with the All-Star race and with the 600 in Pocono and whatnot. Do you feel like you guys have been able to maintain that performance, and are you still on the upswing, do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, we had those races there where we won, so we haven't maintained that winning. But even at Sonoma and at New Hampshire, we run 31st and 33rd, but qualified well. At Sonoma, and then had an issue in the race, and then at New Hampshire we didn't qualify that great, but drove up to 2nd, just passing cars. So the cars have been there. We're still very close. I think we're still just as good as we were at the 600 and Pocono, and I'm really looking forward to this next 10-race stretch, 8-race stretch, and these tracks should all be good for us. And I feel like we're definitely still learning, definitely still getting better. We have some great race cars. This weekend is my Pocono car, and then the Indy, we have a brand new car that's getting built that looks awesome. So I'm excited. I think it's a great part of the season, great time of the season for us to show that we deserve to be in that top 12 in points, and hopefully win a couple more times before the chase rolls around.
Anything else? No? Kasey, thank you.
All right. Thanks.